So it's pro day season, and a lot of hype and mumbo jumbo is going around, and it's tiresome, man. It's tiresome. But the Carolina Panthers, they took a devastating blow to their plans of getting their future quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers making a trade with the Miami Dolphins, trading multiple first-round draft picks and future picks in order to move up to get to number 3. All indications seem to be like the San Francisco 49ers are going to take a quarterback because you don't give up that much draft capital to move up and not take a quarterback. But with all this talk that's going around, what does this mean for the Carolina Panthers situation? Are they going to be stuck with Teddy Bridgewater? Do they still have a chance at a young quarterback? We're going to talk about all that in this video. But before we get into that, my name is Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Start off every video by saying, what up, dude? This channel on Necessary Bluntness, I give recap and analysis of the NFL. In particular, I show a little extra love to the Carolina Panthers. So if you want to see more videos about the Panthers to keep up with all the offseason news, my takes and analysis of it, you got to hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell icon. Because if you hit the bell icon, you're going to be able to keep up when I do live streams and when the videos come out, because you don't always get a notification when those videos come out. So make sure you guys hit the bell icon and make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. And give the video a thumbs up too while you're at it, because it really helps my video in the algorithm and it doesn't really cost you a thing. But before I get started, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think the Panthers' plan should be for the quarterback position? Do they just need to roll with Teddy? Do they need to make a move to move up in the draft to go get their guy? Let me know down below in the comments. So I'm not going to lie. After I saw the San Francisco 49ers make that trade, I went into panic mode. I'm not going to lie. I went into panic mode. Like, I was like, what are we doing? We're going to be stuck with Teddy for another year. We're not going to be able to find whatever. I'm going to end up having to draft Mac Jones at number 8. I was devastated, and my brain was spinning. My head was swimming. Maybe some of y'all feel like I did, but after I took a step back and more time passed by, the notes and narrative came out that Justin Fields' pro day is coming up, and it looks like John Lynch and Shanahan with the 49ers are not going to be going to Justin Fields' pro day. They will be sending their assistant GM, but they're not going. They're going to Mac Jones' second pro day. At that, that's even more surprising. So that's very telling. A lot of people speculated that, did they really trade up for Mac Jones? And some people may think that that's their guy. Some people are very high on Mac Jones because of the numbers. I'm not one of those guys. I think he's a product of the environment with a great system, great protection at Alabama. He had 1 year of starting and whatever. But he could be a microwave quarterback that on a ready-made team that has a roster built similar to how the 49ers are, that he could be able to benefit from that. So a lot of people think that there's a chance that Mac Jones may be that quarterback at number 3, because we all know Trevor Lawrence is going number 1 after that dazzling pro day by Zach Wilson. He's likely going number 2 to the Jets, and they'll probably try to either trade Donald or do something there. But number 3, we don't know. I mean, like I said, nobody just moves up there to not get a quarterback. So it looks like they're going to be a quarterback, and everybody thinks it's going to be Justin Fields. And I thought it would be Justin Fields. In my opinion, Justin Fields is the second best quarterback there. But the fact that they're not going to his pro day says a lot about how they feel about him. So is there a possibility that Justin Fields could actually fall to the Carolina Panthers at number 8? This is crazy, because some people are higher on Trey Lance than they are on Justin Fields. And the more and more you see the time goes by, people are starting to bash Justin Fields. And it's not necessarily because of anything he's done, in my opinion. It's because it's over-analysis. This guy has been around for so long. He was hyped coming out that you start nitpicking stuff like that. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been around just as long, but nobody would dare bash Trevor Lawrence because they know the type of prospect he has. Just Trevor Lawrence actually had a down season the past season and a half, but nobody would dare touch that because that would be career suicide for anybody in journalism. But Justin Fields, for circumstances that you can assume all you want, they're picking apart what he's done. Now, in my opinion, if he comes out and runs that 4.3 and looks sharp like some of these other guys have, it could really end up springboarding him above Zach Wilson. Now, maybe people are maybe higher on Zach Wilson. I don't know. But at the same time, if the 49ers feel like Mac Jones is their guy and Shanahan may be keen on him, you never know what can happen, because nobody knows what the Falcons are going to do at number 4. Could they go get a quarterback, but then they would have to sit him for a year or two because Matt Ryan has about $20, $40 million in dead cap on the books for the next couple of years. So it would be unwise for them to try to cut Matt Ryan and get a young quarterback. That would defeat the whole purpose of having a young quarterback, because nobody sits a young quarterback for 2 seasons in this day and age in NFL. So what would be the motivation for the Falcons to get at number 4? And then number 5, 6, and 7, the Bengals, Dolphins, and Lions, those teams really don't need quarterbacks. The Bengals just drafted Joe Burrow. The Dolphins have Tua Tagovailoa, and they're probably going to give him another chance, even though they've been rumored that they could draft another quarterback, but I doubt it. And Detroit just traded for Jared Goff, So that leaves the Panthers at number 8. However, the fact that those three teams ahead of the Panthers, in between the Falcons and them, don't need a quarterback means they could be to be willing to give a trade, because if Justin Fields goes past number 3 and Mac Jones goes there, I think it's going to be a mad scramble for people to go up and trade. Do you think you could trade with Atlanta? I doubt it, but I doubt Atlanta moves back anymore unless it's something maybe to 10, 11, 12, because Atlanta, they need a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? But quarterback is not one of them at the moment, and probably offense is not at the moment either. So a lot of people are linking them to Kyle Pitts, but I doubt they do that. They may be apt to trade. So do you try to kick the tires on them? The Falcons, I doubt they do it. It's your division rival. Why would they spoon-fool you, the franchise quarterback, for the next 10 to 12 years if you're going to go up there and get Justin Fields? So that's almost off the board. Could they move up and trade with the Bengals? The Bengals could probably move back to number 8 and still get a lineman or a wide receiver, depending on who their target. I know Joe Burrow is lobbying for Jamar Chase's old teammate at LSU, but with him suffering an ACL injury because of a bad offensive line, it would be wise for him to go after and lobby for a lineman. So I think that's what the Bengals will do. Now, the Lions, they could be a toss-up. They could trade too. So I think the Panthers, if Mac Jones goes number 3, they have to go up to number 5 at least to go get Justin Fields and make that happen. I don't think you can sit on your hands. A lot of people want to say just stay at number 8 or trade back and draft some linemen, build it up. I think the offensive line group is deep enough to go ahead and get more depth later in the rounds. And some people are saying draft Patrick Surtain. He's not a sure thing either, but the opportunity is now to go get your quarterback. Yeah, guys pop up every so often, but next year's class doesn't look too promising. I know you got Sam Howell and Rattler and guys like that, but I think the time is now. Because Teddy Bridgewater, like I said, this is the last year that the Panthers will be on the hook for a lot of guaranteed money. They will need to get Teddy Bridgewater off the books by next year, because you're going to have to pay DJ Moore. You may have to re-sign Robbie Anderson. And then the year after that, you got Brian Burns. Not to mention, you still got to do the long-term extension for Taylor Moton this season. So you're going to need the money available to be able to make that move. So getting Teddy Bridgewater, the highest paid player on the team, who's taking up 12% of the salary cap, off the books after this next season, is imperative. So you have to get the quarterback now, and the time is now. So if Justin Fields is not chosen with the number 3 pick by the Niners, you have to go up and get him and trade. I don't know if you can make a deal with the Falcons. They may be making a deal with the devil. They may make you pay a high premium because they know what you're trying to do. So I wouldn't do that. And you just got to pray to God that they don't trade with anybody else and they go get Justin Fields. So, and the thing about it is, everybody's going to know the Carolina Panthers are going to be wanting to get after Justin Fields. But you got to make something happen because, like I said, we know the Deshaun Watson situation is out the window. Trading up to number 3 is out the window now. So it's like, Panthers, if the 49ers actually do the craziest thing in the world and trade up to number 3 for Mac Jones, what do you do? Like, we've seen crazier things happen. We saw the Cleveland Browns actually take Baker Mayfield when nobody really thought that Baker Mayfield would be the number 1 overall pick, but they wanted their guy. They liked that guy. They went and took him. How has it played out down the stretch? You can debate, because there were better guys in the draft class like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. However, if it's your guy, it's your guy. And maybe Mac Jones is Shanahan's guy. He's known to have more pocket quarterbacks and guys like that. He doesn't really have mobile guys, but obviously they were linked to trying to get Deshaun Watson, so it's not like he's closed off to having a mobile quarterback. However, Mac Jones just seems to be the guy that the media is building a hype around and seeing it makes sense. Obviously, they're going to Mac Jones pro day instead of Justin Fields. The writing's on the wall there, man. If the Panthers have the opportunity to go up and get their guy for the future, you have to do it. Let him ride the bench for a little bit under Teddy's last year in your system. Take the reins off maybe down the stretch. Get Teddy out of here the next season. And you start your future. Now you got a cheap quarterback. You can afford to pay DJ, Brian Burns, Robbie. Go get some more linemen in free agency next year when the salary cap goes back to normal. Boost that defense up later on in the draft because you got some free agents. Maybe find you a corner and a safety in the later 3rd, 4th round or something like that. And we're off to the races, guys. So you guys let me know down below in the comments, how do you think that plan works out? Do you think they should trade at number 5? Do you actually think they should try to do a deal with the devil and ask the Falcons if they will be willing to trade? Let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Ducker signing off with Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. I'll see you next time. Peace.